Alright, we're going to get started in a little bit. Today we're going to talk about internal parasites. This is something I've been studying for a couple of years now, and just want to share some information regarding internal parasites. Now, none of this is professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, so you got to continue to do your own research and your own investigation. Just going to check with some of my strings, making sure things are coming through alright. But if you have any questions regarding internal parasites, maybe you heard some information online, or you've been on a detox journey yourself, just put it in the comments. Love to chat with you, see what your thoughts are regarding detox in general. Just want to welcome you to this channel. On this channel, we're focused on detox, which is eliminating the waste material out of your body. A lot of people, they're burdened with all sorts of problems in their digestive tract. What I mean by that is, a lot of people, they have chronic constipation. Chronic constipation will cause all sorts of problems in your entire digestive system. And a lot of people, they overlook these problems. They think that it's not serious, so they overlook. But I just want to share with you guys that if you are dealing with chronic constipation, you need to learn how to fix that first. Learning about your digestive system. So, I don't know who's going to be on this call, doesn't matter. I'm just going to go and kind of blast through and share some information regarding digestive health. When we're looking at keyword analysis, constipation is practically undefeated. What I mean by that is there's so many people struggling with constipation worldwide. People are typing in constipation day in and day out in different languages, in the English language, Chinese, in Russian, in Portuguese, in Tajik, in Arabic. Everyone is typing in constipation. So the search volume for this keyword is extremely high. Now, what is constipation in simple terms? There is waste material trapped inside your body right now, and it must exit out of your body for you to experience vibrant health. Now, when elimination is incomplete, residues of old feces can build up in layers on the walls of the colon. As they putrefy, this word means decay and rot. They can cause all sorts of health problems, pain, and discomfort. And that's what a lot of people are dealing with right now. Now, I also want to break down to you what exactly is the digestive system. So let's take a quick look at some human physiology. And if you're unfamiliar with this, I highly recommend you guys to pick up a few books on human physiology. There's a mechanical component to this which could be understood. Food enters your mouth, down the esophagus, and into your stomach. Inside the stomach, you have digestive enzyme that's going to come down and break into food. Then food will enter your small intestines next for nutrient absorption. Small intestines is 4.5 meters, followed by your large intestine, which is another 1.5 meters in length. So altogether, you have about 6 meters of pipework. Just how long is 6 meters? Put it into perspective. This is some photo of an NBA basketball. Now from the floor to that basketball rim is 10 feet off the floor. 10 feet off the floor is roughly 3 meters. The combined length of your small and large intestines together is 2 of those. That's how long this pipework is. Now, a lot of people, they don't know how to get this waste material out of their body. What waste material? Chronic constipation. There are entire Facebook pages that are out there, people struggling with chronic constipation, and they do not know how to fix this. They're in constant pain all the time. The doctors already prescribe them all sorts of different medications, all sorts of different herbs, and it may work in the short term. But eventually, a lot of them find out they stop working, and they get very frustrated. They're worried about eating because they're worried about what if they cannot poop out that food. There is a principle I guys want you guys to know, is that whatever you put through your mouth, it must go out the back end. It's not magic. It is a 1-to-1 ratio. The amount of roughage that you put down through your food, through your pipes, through your mouth, it must go outside the body on a regular basis. Now, a lot of people, they're missing this important KPI. They think that, oh, I'm not going, every single day, but I'm going every other day. Every other day is going to turn into every other 2 to 3 days. Maybe every 4 days you will go and have a bowel movement. And that's going to give you that chronic inflammation a lot of people experience. Now, I do have something that can help you guys deal with chronic constipation, but it depends on where you are right now in your personal health journey. Now, my protocol may not be right for everyone. I have a protocol. It's something that you drink, okay, using these all natural ingredients, but you got to put it together in the right order, in the right proportions, and you got to drink it in a certain way on an empty stomach for it to produce the oxidative effect. Now, a lot of people, they may not want to go to this route right away because right now they're so impacted with hardened fecal matter sitting inside the large intestine. They need to do something even more drastic. This is something called colon hydrotherapy. I haven't used this before. I just understand how it works, and I have friends that have done this before. Now, colon hydrotherapy, you're just sitting here on this apparatus, and the hydrotherapists are putting in hot water through your back end. This is not hyperbole. I'm not joking. This is not comedy. This is what they do. They put hot water. It's about, body temperature, about the same temperature as your as your body. And when they put this hot water in, it is going to start to break down this poop. And they're trying to get this waste material outside the body. There are a lot of TikTok videos on this, also YouTube videos, YouTube shorts you guys can find. The amount of trash that comes out of people, and not just waste material like fecal matter, hard fecal matter, but also parasites. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to check my comments real quick, see anybody's here. Okay, no one's here. No worries. This is all recorded. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can always leave a link, leave some comments later on. So let's talk a little bit about internal parasites. And taking a quick look, a lot of young people, not even 40 years old, they're experiencing this big belly. Now, a lot of people, they're just focused on, they're not exercising enough, or they're not eating right, putting a lot of blame, a lot of guilt, a lot of guilt tripping. There are other variables you must understand. This person may be loaded with parasites, and the parasites are telling people to eat all the time. Okay? When you have access to empty calories in a first world country, that's what happens. Now, how do you get parasites? It's very easy. A lot of people can find parasites in the foods that they buy at Whole Foods. A woman finds parasites in salmon at Whole Foods, or if they go to Costco, they can find salmon, they got parasites that's swimming inside the meat. There is a very interesting museum in Japan. It's the Museum of Parasitology, or Parasite Museum. They've been studying parasites for decades and decades, and they have about 60,000 specimens in this museum. Now, according to my research, there's about 100 different parasites that can attack the human body. I want you guys to just think about that a little bit, okay? About 100 different types of parasites. And there may be even more because there are also single-cell protozoans. That's a whole other discussion I'm not going to have today. Today, we're going to talk about full-blown organisms, okay? We're going to talk about the liver flukes. We're going to talk about pinworms. We're going to talk about tapeworms. And we're going to talk about roundworms. Okay, let's talk about liver flukes. Liver flukes are very common in the cattle industry. You can talk to anybody in this industry, anywhere. And this is something a lot of ranchers have to deal with. Now, the liver flukes, this is your life cycle, okay? So they're going to poop out the seeds, they're going to poop out the eggs, okay? And they're going to get into the water. And what parasites usually do, they first attack an intermediary host, such as a snail. They're going to grow to a certain size. After they grow to a certain size, they might find themselves on some watercress, some vegetation. Now the cow or the sheep, they're going to go eat this vegetation, and they're going to be infected with this parasite. This parasite is very powerful. It has the ability to penetrate through intestinal walls and start to target specific organs. For example, here, you're looking at liver fluke, and this is the liver. The liver has a lot of nutritional value, and parasites, they know that too. There are two things that parasites are very good at doing. Number one, they're very good at survival. Number two, they're very good at replication. Your liver is a heavy detoxifier. It filters about 1,000 liters of blood every single day. And it also stores vitamins and minerals. Okay, regulates some blood sugar levels. But it holds a lot of nutritional value. So parasites, they would attack the liver and sometimes even the gallbladder, that will find its way up the common bile duct inside your liver. And they're going to extract the nutrients within your system for survival and replication. I want to shout out to the Detox Mama. This lady here, she has been teaching people about all sorts of different parasites and how to get rid of them. A lot of small children, they have parasites. A lot of people, parents don't know about them. They don't think that they exist because they live in the US, they live in Canada. They think that this is a third world problem. I'm telling you guys, this is the reason you need to open up your mind. There's a lot of information that's off your radar screen. Now let's take a quick look how other ways you can get parasites. A lot of people could be eating raw meats or undercooked meats. If you go to some fancy places, they have steak tartars. This is completely raw. They did not cook any of this. Now, if you're also eating a lot of pork, like we do here in Taiwan, they eat a lot of intestine products, and these products, they hold a lot of roundworms, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Okay? And as they're preparing all these different dishes, they can find roundworms sitting inside these digestive tracts. A lot of people like to eat sushi, sashimi, once again, raw meats. People like to eat hot pot. I'm sure you're exposed to a lot of different parasites. Okay, so that's the first parasite I want you guys to learn about, which is the liver fluke. These guys are very dangerous, and when you're showing up with different symptoms, it could be chronic inflammation, it could be some type of nasal congestion, you may be showing up with skin conditions even. A lot of doctors don't look into this. So what they usually do, they prescribe corticosteroids, which is an immunosuppressant that suppresses the immune system. You're not treating the root of the problem if you're just taking a corticosteroid, an immunosuppressant. Next, let's talk about the tapeworm. The tapeworm can be found in also beef and also pork and other animals. There are different types of tapeworms that are out there. There are beef tapeworms, there's pork tapeworms, and there's also fish tapeworms. Okay, there are different species of tapeworms. This is what they look like under the microscope, and this is the rostellum that hooks onto your small and large intestines. And sometimes they can also go outside your digestive tract. Okay, now what these things are over here, these are the suckers that holds on, places itself very firmly inside a particular corner of your small and large intestines. Now over here, this is the head portion. You have these suckers, you have the rostellum, and then you have all these different progonids. Okay, you see these little grid-like sectors. These are called progonids. And what progonids are, this is a reproductive sector of the tapeworm. Inside one of these progonids, it can hold 100,000 eggs. So if you have 1,000 progonids, we're looking at 100 million eggs. Okay, this is how rapidly they can reproduce inside your body. Over here in Thailand, this is a 59 feet long tapeworm removed from Thai man's rectum. Pics go viral. So you can also see, if you zoom a little bit more, it has that grid-like structure. Okay. Over here, we have a lot of different pets. cats, they could be infected with tapeworms. Okay. Over here, this is another type of tapeworm that infects in the nasal congestion area. And over here, from my understanding, this would be roundworms. Now, how did a small puppy like this get all these different worms? Okay. Now, according to my research, there are certain types of parasites that can transmit themselves through the umbilical cord. So the mother already has some parasites. The parasite's eggs could be also flowing through her veins and straight in through the umbilical cords into these puppies. So when the puppy's born, they already have some parasites. So this is review different ways that you can get parasites. You're drinking contaminated water, you're eating a lot of raw foods, undercooked foods, steak tartars, sushi, sashimi. All these things carry a lot of risk. If you're eating raw watercress, there's risk right there. And a lot of people, they're very close to their pets. I'm talking about they're French kissing their pets. They're letting them lick them every single day. And pets, they are full of parasites. Now, some dogs, they're very stupid. They will eat the feces of other dogs. Okay, so it's a big mess out there. And most people, they do overlook this. They don't believe that it could happen to them. Let's look at some of the problems that may occur. Now, if you have different parasites that attack the liver, you may have something called cysticercosis, which is kind of like a small cyst that may develop inside the liver. The parasites, they find the liver to be of highly nutritional value, so they go there and they attack it. Now, the liver is going to find a way to protect itself. In the process of doing so, they're going to neutralize the parasites, but they're also going to kind of encapsulate it with some type of chemicals. It could be protein, could be some type of thing, and over time it develops into a small cyst. A lot of people have this and they do not know, and over time they start to lose liver function. Some parasites, they go outside of the digestive tract, and cysticercosis begin to develop within their muscles. Okay, as somebody that could be immunocompromised, having a weak immune system, parasites, they're just running freely through the body. Right? Once they get into your bloodstream, then they start to work its way through different parts of your body. Now, your whole body, according to them, is full of nutritional value. As long as they can extract nutritional value from you, they're going to survive and replicate. Now, this is something called neurocysticercosis. Some parasites, they can find themselves inside your brain. And some people, they go to the hospital with seizures, severe headaches, and they do one of these scans, MRI scans, and the scan shows they have cysticercosis or neurocysticercosis in the brain. Okay. Let's talk something about pinworms. So pinworms are also very common. You can find them in pets. Okay, you find them in rabbits, find them in ducks. So if you're any types of these animals, if you like to work with animals, if you like to even do some help with the shelters, helping out animal shelter dogs, if you are anywhere close to farms, okay, there's the risk if you have any pets. And I'm sure it's not just these guys. So if you see a child scratching their behind, that is a sign of possible pinworm infection. And there are medications. That's one we're going to talk about next. There are medications for all this stuff. Okay. Now, just want to touch briefly on your immune system. You have different white blood cells. You have monocytes, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes, neutrophils. Now, your white blood cells, they do have the ability to neutralize these parasites. But if you are immunocompromised, for example, if you are taking corticosteroids, or if you have generally a weak immune system, if you are, then they don't have the ability, they don't have the energy to actually take care of internal parasites. That's what happens, and they start to basically take over. This is a picture of somebody's liver. The doctors are pulling out roundworms. This is another picture of somebody. This is probably the colon. The doctor's extracting roundworms. If you have that many parasites sitting inside of you, you're not even going to be able to poop properly. Okay, your poop is going to have a very tough time exiting out of the body. Okay, so once again, we're talking about if you are dealing with chronic constipation, if you're worried about parasites, I will first deal with this problem first. You want to first fix constipation. You want to go from the picture on the left to go picture on the right. Okay, parasites, they love a very, very messed up, dirty environment. That's how they thrive. Now, maybe an analogy I can give you is simply, all right, if you're dealing with cockroaches in the house, okay, instead of blaming the cockroaches, you want to look at your environment. What is attracting those cockroaches into your house right now? They're not just there for no reason. They're there for a specific reason because they know there's food that is there. And if you do not clean up and keep your house spotless, the ants will be there next. Okay? Sometimes the ants and the cockroaches, they both show up. And if you still don't clean up your house and you still leave it a mess, you have a lot of just junk laying around, well, the rats are going to show up. So parasites, they kind of work in very similar fashion. They like to, what they do, they do have the ability to decompose, okay? They break down dead material, okay? They like to feast on dead material, which is this thing right here. But in the process of doing so, they also like to eat whatever's left. They like to attack your body and extract it for nutrient absorption. So you're going to have a much easier time, you know, if you can clean out this pipework on a consistent basis to eliminate parasites. A lot of them are very small. You're not going to be able to see them with your naked eye. But if you go from the picture on the left to the picture on the right every single day, multiple times a day, you're going to eliminate parasites. Now let's talk about some different herbs that are very helpful for parasite elimination. Over here, this is wormwood. Oh, this is actually a clove bud. So there are different herbs that are out there that are very good for parasite elimination. Of course, none of this professional medical advice diets treatment. Okay. Over here, the next slide that I have, this would be wormwood. And also look into something called mebenzidole, MEBENZADOLE. This product is helped to treat roundworms, whipworms, pinworms, and hookworms. Okay. You guys can also look into different types of tinctures. For example, this is a black walnut and wormwood tincture. There's also a wormwood combination. This is in powder form, I think in pill form. Over here, this is also mebenzidole. This product here is over the counter. You do not need a medical prescription for it. If you're dealing with pets, the product to look into is fenbenzidole. Okay, fenbenzidole, canine dewormer. Now they also have feline dewormers as well. So you want to talk to your veterinarian, and you want to create an environment, right? Make sure your cats, all their play area, you want to clean it on a regular basis. You want to deworm your pets on a regular basis, because especially if you're an older animal, they're probably a little bit weaker, and you want to make sure you clean them out, with this certain type of herbal blends or medications. Now, some of these are more, you need medical prescription for these. For example, this is albendazole, and this word I cannot pronounce, so I'm not going to try. And over here, there are also some heavy metal detox supplements that are out there. So look into them. I'm not the expert on this. None of this professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. You need to do your own research. There are a lot of products that are out there. Okay, so You guys can look into this from Gaia Herbs. So Intestine Pro, I've taken this. I've taken Medvesidol. Now, I haven't taken this yet. There are so many different parasites. What you want to do, you want to kind of work with a few of them at a time, 1 to 2 of them at a time, and rotate through them. Doing on a parasite cleanse is not just something you do one time. You're doing it on a very, very consistent basis. For some of you, you may have to do 30 to 60 days of parasite cleanses. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to clean out this pipework. A lot of people do not know how to clean this out, so I'm going to show you guys. Because once you start to take these different parasite medications or herbal blends, there's going to be a lot of dead parasites sitting inside of you, and you need to have a way to flush them out comprehensively. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So before you first start taking these parasite medications or herbal blends, what you want to do is get very good at cleaning your small and large intestines. Now you may have a different protocol already. I'm just sharing with you what I've been using for the last 5 years. And find something that works for you. The point is to get that digestive tract completely cleaned out. These are the ingredients that you use. You need sugar-free apple cider vinegar. You need lemons, limes, or grapefruit. Then you're going to use pink salt or food-grade Epsom salt and a little bit of black coffee. So the night before, you're finishing dinner around 7:30. Do not eat any late night snacks. You can still drink some water. Okay, you can also have some liquids, but do not eat any food. The next morning when you wake up, do the same thing. You are drinking some liquids, but you are keeping your stomach empty, free of food. On 11 a.m., I want you to put this in the thermos. All those ingredients that I just told you, you want to add 1 tablespoon and 2 teaspoons of pink salt inside a stainless steel thermos. So get yourselves prepared with a stainless steel thermos. Over here, this is black coffee. This is optional. You don't need to make it if you don't want to. So adding 1 tablespoon and 2 teaspoons of pink salt, 25 milliliter. You're going to cut and squeeze 3 lemons or limes, or just use 1 grapefruit. You're extracting the juices only, no pulp, no seeds. You want to make sure this self-flush protocol as smooth as possible. You're going to add a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Okay, put it in the stainless steel thermos. Next, going to add 2.5 cups of hot water, 600 ml, followed by another cup of room temperature water, 250 ml. Okay, so the self-flush solution is about 1 liter total, 1000 cc. So if you're finding yourself a stainless steel thermos, you want to make sure it has enough volume. Okay, make sure it's big enough. Now, these are what you're going to do to drink the self-flush solution. These are very specific directions, so pay attention. You're going to sip on the bottled water, hold it in your mouth. Over here, you have another bottled water. This is about 2 liters. Okay. You're going to take a bigger gulp of the self-flush solution and drink it down. Then you're going to sip on some black coffee. This is optional. The thing is, you're going to continue repeating steps 1 through 3, and your goal is to put the self-flush solution in your stomach. I have other videos on my channel where I explain this in detail, so you guys can check that out. Over here, you have a poop milestone. This is not a race. You can spend 30 minutes, you can spend 45 minutes, you can spend an hour drinking the self-flush solution. It doesn't matter. You're just gradually putting into your stomach. If you feel like you want to throw up, then you don't drink the self-flush solution. You just set it aside, relax, listen to some classical music. I listen to a lot of Rachmaninoff, Piano Concerto No. 2, Movement 2, and put that on repeat. The more relaxed you are, the more you're detached from the outcome, the better. Now, when the time is right, you're going to feel some bowel movements coming on. some poop milestones. Okay, so you're going to go to the bathroom. Some solids are going to be first pushed out, and you're going to find out that over time, it's going to become softer and softer. And it becomes really, really soft, like there's water coming out. I want you to continue to drink this water, okay, this bottled water right here. You're only taking a small sip of this water, holding it into your mouth, followed by a bigger gulp of the sulfur solution, drinking it down. If it's too hot, don't drink it, set it aside, okay? And you want to mix it well, make sure that you mix it well. And when it gets super soft, you're going to just continue to drink that bottled water to produce a laxative effect. It's going to be a diarrhea tsunami. Once again, this is not hyperbole, and it's going to smell awful because there's been so much trash that's been trapped inside your small and large intestines you didn't even realize. And all that trash is going to come screaming out, okay? And that's what I'm talking about. This is detox. It's not about adding more things into your body. It's about finding ways of eliminating trash and waste material out of the body. And this may be a process that takes a few hours, especially if you're new to this. Okay, you don't know what to expect. So do not make any plans when you are on the self-flush protocol. Okay, so once you're very, very consistent with the self-flush protocol, if you know how to clean out this pipe work comprehensively, I do this on a weekly basis. Every single week, I'm doing some type of detox protocol. Whether that is cleaning the small and large intestines, parasite cleanse, I'm doing liver cleanses. I'm doing something every single week, okay? So once a week, schedule it around your calendar, where that'll just be you and your day to detox. And this is how I revive my body, okay? And after you do some detox, you want to find some probiotics that work for you to recoat back up your digestive tract before eating healthy again. Okay, we know a lot about this, but prior to this, you could be eating the healthiest foods, but if you are dealing with internal parasites, they're extracting all the nutrients from you. You're not really absorbing all the nutrients that you need, your body needs. So you're constantly hungry and you wonder why. So today we covered a lot of material. I don't know how long we've been on so far. How long we've been talking? Oh, we've been only going half an hour. Okay. Okay, so I've just been hammering away a lot of great info. I'm just checking my Twitch stream, experimenting a little bit on these live streams. So on my channel, I should be streaming on this as well. Alright, yeah. Been on for 30 minutes. But over here, I will keep these videos online so you guys can watch them over and over, recognizing that these parasites are very real, okay? And until we start to open up our mind, and when you start to share this information with other people, they're not going to believe you. You guys can check out some Encyclopedia Britannica. I don't care what you have to do. If you can go to different parasite museums, I think they have them in the US as well. I know the Smithsonian's also did some documentaries on parasites. And this could be a hidden root cause to many of the health issues you're experiencing right now. Because most people don't look into it. They don't think that they exist. So there's always the persistent chronic health problems people are experiencing. Whether that is nasal congestion, whether that is pain, discomfort, bloating, flatulence. Just imagine over here, if your body has that many different parasites, okay, trapped inside the body, you really don't think that you're going to experience other problems digestive problems. On top of digestive problems, this could be a combination of stomach aches, could be flatulence, it could be, chronic constipation or irritable bowel syndrome. That could be very, very possible. It could be, yeah, a whole sorts of different types of digestive problems. You guys can put it in the comments, what you're going through right now. I don't know who's on this chat. If you have questions regarding digestive health, okay, be happy to go over information that could be helpful on your journey. Today, we specifically spoke about internal parasites, and I will continue to hammer at this topic, for I don't care how long, because it's that important. Here's another thing a lot of people don't know. They're putting in parasites or insect products inside snacks. Okay, there are many different snacks right now. They have bugs in them. They have animal protein, insect protein. So there are a lot of parasites in insects. Videos you guys can look at would be this one right here. Any type of videos regarding this praying mantis, as they put it inside water, you will find parasites exiting out of their body. And these parasites, they are not small. You're like, how does all that parasite fit inside, this praying mantis? There's parasites, they have the ability to control insects. Parasites, if they start to take over, they have the ability to affect your judgment. Okay, even your eating behavior, what you like to eat, what you don't like to eat, food cravings. Sometimes your food cravings are not just from you. They're from a very ancient organism called parasites. As they're hooked inside your body, okay, the rostellum is hooked inside your large intestines. Okay, they're sucking the life force out of you. They have the ability to communicate with you. They're telling you what to eat. And as explained before, they can reproduce very, very quickly. So you're not just dealing with the voice of a single parasite. You might be dealing with the voices of 10,000 parasites, 20,000 parasites, 30,000 parasites. And you think that your willpower can override that desire of the parasites. I disagree. I disagree. So what other symptoms could you have? The skin conditions, okay, digestive problems, bloating, gas, okay, the nervous system problems, abnormal weight increase or weight loss. So I just want to thank you all for jumping on this call today. I don't know who's here watching. If you're on this call and you have questions about digestive health, you have questions about internal parasites. Today we went over a lot of material regarding tapeworms, pinworms, roundworms, liver, flukes. You get the slide to click. I think we got some people on the stream. Just leave your question. Let me know where you are on your detox journey. Any questions about how to get rid of these internal parasites? Be happy to give you some guidance. Not professional medical advice, but just information that can help you on your journey. I think I saw somebody on the YouTube stream. I'm multi-streaming right now. Right now I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, and I'm on YouTube. So depending on where you're coming from, I'm checking different messages. If you're just here, you can scroll back to what I discussed the last half hour or so. But if you have any specific questions regarding internal parasites, just type them in. So if you're on this call, just let me know. If you're here, type your questions here. We went over a lot of information regarding parasites today. And if you have any specific questions, yeah, every single week I can probably learn a new parasite. And they're very fascinating. I like to learn and learn how I can avoid, right? For example, we got one over here. This is, if I remember correctly, this is hookworms. Yeah, I think these are hookworms. So these guys can get inside your body through the skin. What a bitch, right? You have parasites that can get through the skin when you're just walking around minding your own business. And it is what it is. That's why I need to learn about them and get rid of them. Because you might be experiencing some type of symptom right now, and you're doing all these different things and the problem's not going away. Well, have you done any parasite cleanses at any time? Are you familiar with them? Do you know what the major parasites are? Okay. Before you're talking about the protozoans, let's just get rid of these major four. Liver flukes, pinworms, tapeworms, and roundworms. Let that be the starting point. And from that starting point, there are different herbs, different medications you need to evaluate with your doctor, with your naturopathic doctor, integrative medicine, and you need to find people that's in alignment with what we're learning here. Because if they don't believe in this stuff, right, then you may continue to have all these health issues. So somebody's on this call, but I don't see you put in any questions. So yeah, don't be shy. By the way, I also want to leave a link to my program. I share a lot of information on this site, but if you want the specific details, okay, about how to clean out your small and large intestines, this is my flagship product. Okay, before I was not able to lose weight. I was even at the gym 5-6 days a week, was not able to lose his belly fat. Over here, a lot of inflammation in the body, and until I started to learn how to detox. And what is detox? Detox is getting the waste material out of the body. But there's so many things that I did over the last 5 years. Number one, I first took care of the digestive system. I cleaned out this pipework on a consistent basis. Cleaning it out, getting the waste material out of the body. Next, I learned about internal parasites, different types of parasites in the body that could causing a lot of inflammation and other problems that most people, they overlook this issue. You got to get to the root cause. So I started going on parasite cleanses. I'm on a parasite cleanse every couple of months, okay? Even though my nutrition is on point, I eat a lot of healthy foods, but you just don't know, right? And as a result, my body inflammation went down drastically. I have a 6-pack all year, even though I don't even go to the gym. I do not go to the gym. I do exercises at home. I know what I'm doing. When I first started working out, I went to a trainer, okay? I also went to the gym a lot. And so I want to make sure you do the exercises right for yourself. But after that, it's all on me. But without getting your body in an alkaline state, getting rid of internal parasites, you're going to have a very tough time losing weight. Even if you eat right, okay, and you have a trainer, it's going to be like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. The parasites are going to urge you to eat all the time. And because if you live in a, relatively stable country and you have access to a lot of calories, you're constantly eating all the time. You can't stop yourself. You're always hungry because your cells are so screaming at you, they're telling you, I'm very hungry, please feed. But you're not getting any nutrients because your parasites are taking in all the nutrients. I'm just coming back to the comments. In beginning of last year, I started doing liver cleanses. And that has been a powerful journey as well. Yesterday, I had a live video regarding how to do liver cleanses. You guys can check out that video as well. I want you guys to really study this chart. If you want to go on a liver cleanse, gotta start from here. And of course, this year, I also started cleaning out my kidneys. There are different kidney teas that are out there, herbal blends that you can use to start to dissolve the kidney stones. It just makes a lot more sense. If you want to take good care of your body, you want to detox, the language of detox. You want to detach yourself from the toxins that's currently sitting in your body right now. The waste material that is sitting there, the parasites that are sitting there, okay, the gallstones that could be trapped inside the gallbladder, the intrahepatic stones trapped inside the liver. All that congestion and trash can be flushed out of the body. Is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to be comfortable every single time? No. In fact, there's going to be lots of ups and downs. But your body's going to tell you, hey, I'm actually going in the right trajectory. I'm going to continue on this journey of detox. I'm just going to grit my teeth through it if I have to. Because that's how you're going to recover your body. If you want to be detached from the medical industrial complex, if you want to have ownership, you want to control over your physical state and mental state, detox has to be one of the keys. And if you want to dissolve kidney stones, if you want to revive your kidney function, there are protocols that are out there. Now, the book that I read was from Andreas Moritz. So I just want to put his book top of mind for you guys. You can get this book in Kindle, you can get this book on Amazon, and you can also find used books. And the protocol outline for the liver cleanse is in chapter 4. So if you want to go with the protocol, it's in chapter 4. But if you want to understand liver function, gallbladder function, you want to read through the first couple of chapters. And there's also the formula for kidney detox. I forgot what chapter it was, but you guys can find in the table of contents. It's coming back to the So do you guys know how Twitter works, or X, whatever? So I am streaming now, but I do not find it on my timeline. I'm just going to check real quick on my Twitter. Another thing that you can do for your mental health is simply installing Newsfeed Eradicator. See, when I log into my social media, I don't see a lot of things, okay? I just don't see much of anything because I don't want to. I just want to focus on what I'm producing here, okay? So over here, I'm doing a live broadcast, but it's not really showing up. Yeah, doesn't matter. Going to check some of these other comments, maybe the other people that want to join on the conversation. Type in your questions regarding digestive health. Today we're focused on internal parasites, and I want you guys to find something that's going to help you eliminate internal parasites. I found a protocol that works for me thus far, but I'm always finding ways to improve, right? We got different types of parasites that can also attack different parts of the body. This parasite, it attacks the kidneys. Isn't that a bitch? Okay? And you may find them in frogs and different types of fish. And if you're ingesting undercooked frogs or undercooked fish, you may get this parasite. Now we know how important our kidneys are. Blood filtration, a lot of different things. And if you are dealing with parasites stuck in your kidneys, they're extracting the nutrients from you, you're going to have problems with your urinary system, your excretory system. Inflammation is going to start popping up, in your kidneys. Inflammation starts up, then you may have problems, gallbladder problem. You have bladder problems. You may have prostate problems. It's just all up and down. Okay. So over here, this is in Taiwan. We actually eat frogs here. I don't eat it. I used to. There was a time in the past I did eat frogs. And this is something called hot pot. They just put the frogs directly inside them. And I'll tell you what it tastes like. It tastes like chicken. It's very weird. It tastes like chicken. Okay. But I don't eat this stuff anymore. There are a lot of foods I no longer eat because I know there's a lot of risk. And it's very rare now I eat undercooked steaks. So there's going to be times where I do eat undercooked steaks and I have to take good care of myself and do these parasite cleanses and get them out of the body. Okay? So, one more time, if you want to get my program, I'm going to leave it a link in the comments below. Learn more about internal parasites for yourself. Okay? Wish you the best of health, and there's going to be a comment section after this call. Leave your comments and questions below, and I'll help you answer. You can also find me on Instagram. If you want to work with me one-on-one, you don't know, how to navigate through this language of detox, this protocols, where to start, well, let's jump on a call, okay? You can message me here. I'll also leave this link in the descriptions or in the comments below. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much for watching this presentation.